Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm a second year here on the farm team, and today I'm gonna say what each tool is that I learned from Chris's tool class.
You don't have to take like a wrench, you turn it, right? Then you take it off and you turn it again. But the ratchet, it allows you to keep turning it because it has that ratchet action that goes back and it doesn't turn it one way, but it turns it the other way. Does that make sense? And it's got a switch on here that you can change it from off to on or on to off, right? So you can turn it one way or the other. It's just faster than that normal way. Okay? So that's, see how it's got a square head there and a square head there? So that the square heads fit together. That's what allows you turning. Okay? So you got a socket and a wrench. Okay?
This here is a socket wrench. It's basically the same thing as a wrench, but it's a lot easier to use because you take this, which is a socket, and put it in, and it fits every single time. But the sockets come in different sizes for different bolts. Like this one, it's bigger, but it still should fit in. But this one's easier, so you don't got to reset it like the wrench does. You just constantly turn it in one single direction over and over, and it's way more efficient than most wrenches.
What about that one? That's a wrench. Okay?
This here is a wrench. It's a very basic tool that most people have at least one or multiple, and it's only they come in different sizes, meant for each different nuts and bolts, which is what you use it for, to twist the bolts and nuts. But it is not the best because you gotta constantly reset it every single time you turn it around. So that's what that is.
So wrenches, what do wrenches tighten? Nuts and bolts, right? Okay, so we have over here. So what's that called? What's that called? Nut. See how the bolt has threads on it and the nut has threads on it inside, right? So those threads match up, and when you twist them together, the nut threads on around that bolt, right? So you use a wrench to hold each one. You guys know which way you turn it to tighten it? Right. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty. I also think of it as like a clock face. So if you're looking at this like a clock face, right? If you go clockwise with the bolt head, that's going to tighten it, okay? If you go counterclockwise with the bolt head, it's going to loosen it, okay? So you use the wrench, and you have different size wrenches, right? You can see how the bolt head has 6 sides. What's something with 6 sides called? Hexagon, right? So that's hexagonal shape, and the wrench. If you look at the wrench, the wrench is shaped to go around those flat sides, right? So that turns your bolt and your nut, okay? And then this is called a box end, and that fits over each all the time. Okay, does that make sense? You guys know what this is called? This is another wrench. This is an adjustable wrench, okay? So we had different size wrenches, right, for different size bolts and nuts, okay? But this one you can adjust so it can fit different size bolts and nuts, okay? Does that make sense? So as I turn that screw right there, it gets bigger or smaller, so I can fit it to the size of my bolt. Does that make sense? So I can turn my bolt like that, okay? You guys know what this one is? This is another adjustable wrench. See how it has teeth on it? Yeah, we talked about that bolt that has hexagonal sides, right? So your wrench fits over the flat parts of the bolt head. So this is called a piper wrench. No, these are more pliers. Okay, this is a slip joint plier. So this one, see how You can do big stuff, you can do small stuff with it, right?
These are pliers. I forgot what they're most commonly used for, but usually have a couple in the house, different sizes. There's also needle nose pliers, which are used mainly to get small things out of small areas like nails and stuff like that.
Those are called slip joint, also called plumber's pliers. Okay.
That's all the tools that we got.
Okay, now can you tell me which one is missing from this group?
We're missing needle nose pliers, also Phillips head and flathead screwdriver. Shout out to Chris for the great tool class. Taught me a lot, made me make sure I can keep focus and understand what each tool does and means and what they're called. It will help me a lot in the future, so shout out to Chris for that.